I spent last 2 years perfecting my Vim setup. Custom configs, LSPs, custom snippets, the whole nerd package. I could fly through code without ever touching my mouse. And last month, I gave up and went back to VS Code. The reason isn't what you think. And it's the same reason that's about to change how you code too. It's AI. And I have a confession to make. If you're new here, I'm Sunny, a software engineer in Helsinki, Finland. I make tech vlogs and videos about life out here. Stick around to the end because the takeaway genuinely changes how I work. It started in 2024. I watched some nerd navigate code like Flash.
My name is the Primogen and I've been using Vim for about 10 years.
Jumping word to word, flipping between buffers, fuzzy finders, lazy git, macros, never touching the mouse, and I was sold instantly. But then I hit a wall, gamers typing. If you're anything like me, you spent half of your childhood on GTA, and when WASD keys is your bread and butter for most of your life, your brain quietly develops this thing called gamers typing. You never notice it until you try to learn Vim. It looks like this. I can't even type that way on camera anymore, but you get the idea. Nothing wrong with it, you can get fast, but if you are a real nerd, sooner or later you want proper Vim key bindings. So that's what I set out to fix. And first slap in the face was the HJKL keys for navigation. Yep, those are to move around. It makes no sense at first, but trust me, once it clicks, you never go back. They're right under your fingers when you are touch typing, and which was the next problem. To use Vim properly, you have to touch type. So I had to relearn typing from scratch. Not gonna lie, it was brutal. I dropped to 40 words a minute for a month. It was a nightmare just replying to the teammates on Teams. But I kept at it, got my speed back, and dove back into Vim with a config I would turn to perfection. Honestly, coding felt like gaming again. I loved it. So here's the confession, and it's AI. Back when AI could barely fix a code snippet, we developers were too stubborn to imagine it ever writing better code than us. Man, I was wrong. My journey went like this. It will never write better code than me. It's actually doing good stuff here. Damn, it's better than me. I'm getting fired. Now, I know that it generates a lot of slop, but I have landed somewhere useful. I use AI to write code with me fast instead of asking it to build everything from scratch. There's a thin line between coding and pure vibe coding, and you have to know where to draw that line. As a senior software engineer, I like to think that I know that line. So why does that mean ditching Vim? Vim has plugins, same idea as VS Code extensions. My config could do everything that VS Code could and much faster. vDeveloper used to live in two windows, the file browser and the editor. Then AI quietly added the third one, the chat window. At first it was just for looking things up, but now I spend more time there than in the other two combined. So Sunny is just another plugin. Surely Vim can do that too. And it can. The Vim ecosystem has genuinely great options. And a disclaimer, whenever I say Vim, I mean Neo Vim. Watch a Primogen's video, he'll explain everything. He's the Vim nerd on the internet. But that's not the point. The point is, take the LSPs for example, a language server for code completion. And before AI, I would just grab a plugin or build my own, and that was it. A language server doesn't change much year to year. AI chat is completely opposite. There are new features every week. Last time I opened Cursor, it was completely different, and now there's multitasking, agent mode, and whatnot. Seriously, what's wrong with Cursor? Like, what the hell is this? I now have to click on the IDE, get the actual IDE. Like, what the hell, man? And I just came to know that this guy is the responsible one for this crap. And there come Vim plugins. Vim plugins are community driven, so the features are late or they never arrive. But then Sunny, can't you just build it yourself? Yeah, I know AI makes it easier. I have tried it, and after all these years of managing configs and doing things the nerd way, here's what I realized in last 2 years. None of it actually matters anymore. Not the snippets, not jumping between the buffers, not how fast you find the files in nerd tree. AI just does it a lot better and quicker. So here's my reflection. The more stubborn we are about our setup, and we developers love being stubborn, the harder this lands. Times have changed and we have to change with them. So what's the solution, Sunny? Do we just ditch Vim and just go back to this stupid VS Code IDE? Here's what I actually do. Vim on one desktop, VS Code on another. All my AI work happens in VS Code or /cursor. When I want to get nerdy and move fast through the code, I switch to Vim, do my thing and switch back. It's not glamorous, but it is the reality, at least for me. Because at the end of the day, our job is to build systems at work, not to write code that looks good. But at this point of time, I was already too tired with all the ranting that I did in this video. Also, let me know what you think about this chill, laid back style of vlog. I certainly like it. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about it. And also, let me know, do you agree with the point of view that I expressed in this video, or do you disagree? I'm open for all the criticism. And I was already getting too late and I had to pick up my son from the daycare, which happens to be very close from this coffee shop. So with that, I come to the end of my rant. And if you like this video, the subscribe button is right there. See you in next one.